speaker is Don Mathews. He's decided to take on a 10-speech series project which features the world of Peter Pan. Each speech is prepared and designed from the Toastmasters Confident Communicator Manual, and this is speech project number 1, the Icebreaker. Tonight, the title of the speech is, "Hello, my name is Peter," and he'll give us the insight to the world of Peter Pan. Tell us Peter's story in the first person, playing the role of Peter. Please help me welcome Don Mathews, Peter Pan, as he tells us about himself in the Icebreaker speech. Peter.
Hello, my name is Peter. I was born in 1904 to a man named James Matthew Barry. He was a playwright, and in 1902 he started a book called Peter and Wendy. In 1904 he wrote the play Peter Pan, and it was about me, Peter Pan. Now 1904, if you think, that makes me 108 today. And don't I age well? That's what happens when you're a boy that will never grow up. Now, now one thing you will notice is that I am not wearing tights. Yes, I'm not wearing tights. And I will never wear tights, because boys do not wear tights. Women wear tights. And the reason you've seen Peter Pan played with tights on is because Peter Pan is usually played by a woman. And women look good in tights. In Never Never Land, we wear tunics. And we make them out of leaves and grass. And the nice thing about it is when you're done with them, you just throw them out and make another one in the morning. It just doesn't make a difference. It is good like that. Now, before all the fortune and fame and the merchandising with Disney, I just like to spend time at Never Never Land with my Lost Boys. Now, the Lost Boys are boys that came from orphanages or broken families, or people, or boys that just wanted something different in the world. They just didn't want to grow up. So I would find these boys in London. I would bring them to Never Never Land, and we would do boy things. We would hunt, and we would fish, and we would tell stories around the campfire, because there is nothing more important in life than eating, sleeping, and telling stories. Now, it is peaceful on Never Never Land Island. It is a great place. But we do have our conflicts. To the west, we have the Indians, and we squabble all the time over hunting and fishing rights. Fortunately, we're always negotiating. We're not grown-ups, but we do resolve issues. And the good thing is I'm in good with the Princess Tiger Lily, so we're pretty tight with the Indians right now. We also have conflicts in the south with the pirates. Everything would be fine if they would just stick to their cove or they'd shelter their boat from the storms. But no, every once in a while they want to come onto the mainland and bother the Lost Boys and me or the Indians. And at that point, we have to go to battle. We will fight them. In fact, there was one time their leader, Captain Hook, they were stepping out of line, and I took his hand and I cut it off and I dragged it through the mud over the crocodile pit and fed it to the crocodile. And for a long time they left us alone, but they still come back, and we do have our conflicts. Now I will say, I do like to get to London every once in a while, fly over to London, and I like to see my friends Michael and Peter Darling, and of course, that beautiful Wendy. But I'll never grow up, and I'm not getting married, so I do get back to Never Never Land, and everybody remembers how to get there. You have to fly, right? You can't take Delta or US Airways because we don't have an airport and they don't know where to go. But everybody else knows. To fly there, all you need is some pixie dust. And where is it? Second star to the right, straight on to midnight. And there you will find Never Never Land. So I invite you all to come with me over the next 9 Toastmaster speeches, where we will explore the world of Peter Pan and Never Never Land. Mr. Toastmaster. Thank you, Don.
Our next evaluator is Dave Shaw, evaluating
Don Mathews.
Mathews' speech.
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and especially Peter. I really enjoyed the style. You were totally in character the entire time. The way you opened up and explained how the book and the play were written, well, they were written about me. So you made it totally believable that there was really a Peter Pan to tell what happened. So I really enjoyed that. I was going to, I wrote right away, no notes, because you came up without any and then moved the stand out of the way. Then you pulled them out of your pocket when you needed them. First time you didn't handle it so well. I wrote a big oops in my notes. The second time you looked at it as if it were a photo, and very, very well done the second time. So work on that composure if you ever need to look at your notes. And there's nothing wrong with checking a note now and again. Previous world champion of public speaking, the real humorous guy. Yeah, I'm forgetting his name too. Darren LaCroix, thank you. He talks about putting his notes on the floor. He looks down at his notes. And of course, from his perspective, he's up on a big stage. No one knows he has them. So there are ways of surreptitiously hiding your notes. Your body language, your gestures were good. I'd like to see you use more of the stage and being more energetic. Peter Pan is a boy, and boys like to run around. I think if you came up kind of skipping, I won't grow up, I'll never grow up, I won't grow up. Hi, I'm Peter Pan. Something like that. Really get a boyish feel to it. I really would encourage a little bit more of that. On the, you used a lot of modern vernacular. You said that you were tight, or that you were in good. And you talked about hunting and fishing rights, and it's good like that. Things that someone a product of 1908 wouldn't say. Now you're an ageless soul, and maybe pick some of that up, but I would really have liked to have heard the vernacular of 1908 used. And that would have added a little bit of perhaps authenticity to it. So work on some of the language that the author used in writing Peter Pan, and I think that would add a little charm to it, if not authenticity, certainly. I really liked your ending too, sort of that Scheherazade sort of ending, that there's more to come and we won't kill you. If you're familiar with the Arabian Nights, Scheherazade always ended the story by starting the next one and leaving it at a cliffhanger. So I really appreciated that. There's more to come, just stay tuned. So thank you very much. Mr. General Evaluator.